Good evening, folks. Welcome to Kansas City for round number 7 of the Blown Piston Racing League. The trucks on Friday nights brought to you by Misfit Media. Let's look a little bit at track information here, brought to you by Wise Choice Contracting. We are at a 1.5 mile D-shaped oval at the west side of Kansas City, Kansas. The ambient temperature is 71 degrees Fahrenheit. There is a relative humidity of 56%. We have clear skies and 8-mile-an-hour winds. That might be a little bit of a hindrance for the drivers. The track temperature is only 74 degrees Fahrenheit, which makes for a fairly cool track, and that would mean that the track is not as slippery as it would be, as it is very hot sometimes. All right, so let's quickly bring up your teams, your points here. These are the points as we are heading into this race. On the top left of your screen, you see the driver's points. It is still Tommy Ryan that is leading. He's got a fairly good margin there, 30 points. He has still no wins to his name in this truck series. And he has 3 top 5 finishes, 3 top 10 finishes. He's got 6 stage wins, and that is very helpful for him. Then we have Avery Wilson in second place with 2 wins. Andrew Mraz with 2 wins, Andrew Moore in 4th, and then Andrew Gerwitz in 5th. You can find your driver down the order there. The drivers that have wins to their names have been locked into the Sweet 16, so that would be Andrew Mraz, Avery Wilson, Justin Gahn, and Jim Thorndike, as you can see on the left bottom of your screen. We are also keeping track of who leads the most laps, and that man is currently not in the top 16 of your point standings. It is actually Brian Fallon, who has I believe, 122 laps led so far. So he is currently your DXP frontman. That award will be handed out at the end of the season to the driver that has the most laps led. On the right side of your screen, you see the team standings with R&R Motorsports, 215 points, 2 wins to their names. 4X Racing with 3 wins to their name, and 2X Racing in 6th position with the final win to their name there. And it looks like everybody's been on the top 5 at some point, so you can find your favorite team there as well. The point scoring tables here brought to you by Wise Guy iRacing Graphics. If you need a car painted and look pretty on the track, those are your go-to guys. Wise Choice Contracting for your windows and door replacement services in the St. Louis area, both on the Missouri and the Illinois side. All right, that is your team standings here. Let me see. I need to fix this real quick here. All right, we are in the final stages of. There we are. There's your scoring tower, folks. We are in the final stages of the practice session here. Last seconds are ticking away. It looks like Chris Scala is the quickest of them all at this point. We have a good group of drivers here, folks. It looks like we have 34 drivers getting ready to qualify for this race here in Kansas City. As you may recall, the last race 2 weeks ago, we had a special event last week for Thanksgiving, and we are back in our regular schedule in the Misfit Media Blown Piston Racing League, the Truck Series on Friday night. You're looking currently at Jason Branch, the number 22 driver who won the special event last week. So he's coming off good momentum, I'm guessing, and he is ready to go. And we still have some other guys on track. Here is Ron Schutte, Jeff Ryan. And that looks like that is your qualifying or your practice completed, folks. We are heading straight into qualifying. As you recall, we are doing lone qualifying, which means the drivers are on track by themselves. They cannot see each other. They are on their own, except we for one can pick up any driver that we see active on track. So that is Jim Thorndike out there in that number 13 car. I believe he was the first one out there on track. We're going to try and see who brings in that pole award brought sponsored by Cop Blue. And it looks like Jim has to restart it again. He turned it around there for a minute. That is Byron McDonald in the 23 car. He is being scored as 35, so the paint job doesn't match the scoring number, but that's all right. We'll get it all figured out. All right, we have Mike Perry with us once again here tonight in that DXP car. The number 2 machine there. Let's see who else we've got out on the track. We've got a bunch of drivers out there. This is Jason Nicholas in that 202 car. He's been a regular for some time in this series. Louis Berkowitz in the 37. And Jason Branch is out there in the 22. We have the first time coming in here for Andrew Mraz, 31.073. That is currently the best time around here. So Louis Berkowitz is in second with a 31.190. Jason Kratke in third, Jeff Ryan, and then Anthony Handley. Ooh, and look at Scott Wise jumping into the top there. Kevin Nicoletta jumping into second place with a 31.107, so not very far behind there. We have Caden Henry Oaks getting ready to leave here in the number 19 car. Jason Branch jumping into fourth position there with his first qualifying lap, 31.115. It looks like we have two drivers beating that 31.1 mark, and that is Jeff Ryan in the number 3 car. He is currently looking the quickest at this point, being overtaken as we speak by Avery Wilson with a 30.97, first driver to beat the 31 mark. Randy Yoakum with a 30.997, also beating that 31 second mark with 0.003 of a second. And Mike Perry doing the same thing there with a 30.990, and Tommy Ryan bringing it into that top 3 there. With the number 6 car, he's running a 30.972. So we currently have 4 drivers beating that 31 mark. Actually, 5 drivers beating that 31 mark. Randy Yoakum being the 5th driver there with a 30.997. Avery Wilson currently on the pole. On the provisional pole, we have Casey Duncan out there on track in the 17 car in his regular Dunkin' Donuts paint scheme there. It looks like he's got a 31.013 for best time, and that is currently good enough for the 6th position. Kenny McCullough in the 03. He is currently in 14th, running his second lap at this point. And we have Aaron Gurwitz out there on track. Gurwitz currently 5th in the point standings. Kenny McCullough still at it. Caden Henry Oaks bringing it up to the 14th position. Let's bring back Kenny McCullough there. He pushes himself up into the top 10 there for the moment. Roger Rias is currently in the 8th position. I should say Rios, I guess. I asked him about it a while back, and he doesn't. He prefers Rios over Matthias, so we're going to try and remember that tonight. Randy Perdue up there in 22nd position currently, and it looks like at the bottom of the field we only have Josh Benoit. I'm not sure if it's a Canadian name, a French name, but he is the only driver currently out there that has not yet set a lap in the 798 car. And do we have anybody left on track? We have Chris Scala, the fastest man in practice. He is on track there with 1 lap that he did at 31.469, and he is in 32nd position there, and is not sure if he's coming back out. It's no use really. The seconds are taken away. Avery Wilson is your pole sitter there, folks. Avery Wilson will be the winner of the Cop Blue Award. He is going to be on pole position. We have a warm-up of about 2 minutes to go before we go to the feature of tonight's race. We're skipping the heat race because we do not have enough cars to justify doing a heat race. So once again, folks, there you have him in a brand new paint scheme. He usually was running in a white car. He's painted it orange or red or whatever you want to call it. I guess it's a little bit in between. And he is still running his number 1 paint scheme there. Normally he runs number 18. That's all good. We'll get it figured out. Avery Wilson, folks, is your Cup Blue Pole Award winner for tonight's race here at Kansas City Motor Speedway. I guess you can call the 1.5 mile ovals the mid-sized tracks. They're not huge, but they're not short either. The drafting is going to be important tonight. These drivers are using a fixed setup. They have to deal with what they get from the league. The only thing they can change is brake bias and steering ratio. They have 4 tire sets to play with. That is all they get, as most of them are coming back into the pits after their warm-up laps. They have no fast repairs anymore in this series. They've done away with them. We've had a little bit of a rocky start to the season, so we're going to be doing it without the fast repairs, folks. And as the final minutes are ticking away here, we are going to show you the starting grid real quick. Moving on to the race, the feature of tonight. We are going to be doing 130 laps around this track here tonight. Starting grid brought to you by Wise Choice Contracting. As said, our Cup Blue Pole Award winner is Avery Wilson. Then we have Tommy Ryan alongside him. Then on the second row, we have Mike Perry. Good qualifying effort for him. Andrew Moore. And then it's Randy Yoakum and Casey Duncan on the third row. It is Ryan Branshaw and Roger Rios, I should say, on the fourth row. On the fifth row, we have Jeff Ryan and Kenny McCullough. Sixth row for Kevin Nicoletta and Ryan Nicoletta, the two brothers side by side there. Jason Branch and Andrew Mraz are on the seventh row. Caden Henry Oakes and Brian Rainville on the eighth row. Then we have Dominic Capilupo and Aaron Gerwitz on the 9th row. 10th row is for Randy Bledsoe and Byron McDonald. Jeremy Rittenberg and Randy Perdue on the 11th row. 12th row for David Dolliver and Louis Berkowitz. Then we have Ron Schutte and Scott Wise on the 13th row. 14th row for Jim Thorndike and Jordan Berry. 15th row for Jason Kratke and Jason Nicholas. Then we have the 16th row for Anthony Handley, Chris Scala, and then Guy Schneider and Josh Benoit are on the final row there. I am not 100% sure if Josh is actually running here. Let's go and figure that out real quick. No, he is not. It looks like Guy Schneider is your final car that is currently moving on the grid. All right, we're going to finish our first stage at lap number 35, and I am not 100% sure if we have a... I am not 100% sure what the fuel window would be, but I'm guessing it'll be right around that mark. There we go, folks. We are racing once again in the Blown Piston Truck Series on Friday night, brought to you by Misfit Media. Avery Wilson is on the pole, and he has taken the lead here. Tommy Ryan is in second place with Mike Perry in third. And Andrew Moore in fourth position, Randy Yoakum in fifth. Let's keep an eye out here for our leaders. The number 1 of Avery Wilson is being followed by Tommy Ryan here. And Mike Perry already coming on strong towards the number 6 there. He is meaning business, it looks like. Look at that big pack of trucks there. 33 starters here tonight. huge field. Andrew Moore is a little bit by himself there between Perry and Jochum. Jochum is leading the pack here with Jeff Ryan underneath him, trying to steal that 5th position away from him. He can't get it done just yet. He is slotting in behind the number 8 there. Tommy Ryan has picked up the lead. Let's quickly run that back for you. There it is. Going into the turn, he gets underneath that number 1 and steals the lead from Avery Wilson. Back live with you, going... It looks like Mike Perry is also coming underneath that Wilson machine there, and he's picking up 2nd position. Looks like Andrew Moore in the draft there is running the fastest lap time of the race so far. Wilson not giving up on that higher side, but he has to let Mike Perry go, it looks like. Speeds are high here. We can bring up that dashboard real quick and show you that we are reaching over 181 miles an hour here, folks. Which for the trucks means that this is an extremely quick track for these drivers. Lap number 4 already. Tommy Ryan pulling a car length on Mike Perry there. Avery Wilson trying to get that 2nd place back, and he is underneath the number 2 and does get it done. It looks like he's got 2nd place back at hand. Andrew Moore keeping with them very strongly there in 4th position. Randy Jochum has closed the gap behind Moore. Is bringing along Jeff Ryan there in the number 3 car, and then it's Casey Duncan there into 17 on the high side currently. Looks like Tommy has a little bit of breathing room here. Avery Wilson is staying on that higher side. That could be something they do to keep the tires cool as they can. Then on the main straightaway, they're going to go under that white line to save a little bit of distance. Can be a little bit tricky to transfer from the apron to the banking, but it looks like the setup tonight is very stable. Tommy Ryan still leading, Avery Wilson 2nd. Now it's Andrew Moore and Mike Perry side by side there for 3rd position, with Randy Jochum sitting there to pick up the pieces if they leave him any. Jochum closing in on that number 2 car, trying to make it 3 wide. He is not risking that right now. It looks like Jeff Ryan is coming underneath the number 8 car there, stealing 5th position. Andrew Moore currently in 3rd. He is side by side with Mike Perry there. He's got it at this point. The 17 of Casey Duncan is at the tail end of that first group there with Roger Rios. And then it's Andrew Mraz in 9th position there, trying to catch up with him in that 028 car. New paint scheme for him tonight as well. Ryan Branshaw in the 16 car is rounding out your top 10. Looks like Avery Wilson is closing in a little bit on Tommy Ryan. Let's ride along here with Avery Wilson in that number 1 car. Almost flat out here at Kansas City. Not quite. They might have to lift a little bit. You can hear him lift just a little bit to transfer weight to the front end. Get a little bit of grip on those front tires. But it doesn't slow him down very much. There you have it again. A little bit of lift on the throttle to get that front end to grip, to get the car to turn in. Looks like that setup is very stable. We don't see him working the wheel all that much, so Avery Wilson there closing in on Tommy Ryan for the lead. It is now Jeff Ryan in 3rd position. Andrew Moore in 4th. Jochum, we have a yellow flag. Let's go and try to find out what has happened. It looks like Chris Scala is involved. That is the number 15 car of Chris Scala coming back onto the racetrack there. Not aware of the car that is on the middle of the track there, and that is one of the risky features of going off track there on that apron. We can give it to you one more time here. He is on the apron, brings it back up, and there is another car there, and it looked to me like that was, I can't really tell. It looked to me like that was Brian Rainville, maybe? No, it was the 26 of Jeremy Rittenberg, I believe. Well, let's see. That brings Chris Scala to pit road there. They have no more fast repairs here, folks, so the damage that they pick up during the race is something they just simply have to deal with. A lot of drivers going down pit road here, and we'll try to pick up and see if we can spot a a lucky dog here. A lot of drivers on pit road there. Jeff Ryan, Andrew Moore, Randy Oakham, Mike Perry, Miraz, Gerwitz, and there's 4 drivers staying out there. That is Tommy Ryan, Avery Wilson, Kenny McCullough, and David Dolliver. David Dolliver currently up 19 positions here. There's your leader, Tommy Ryan, trying to catch up for that DXP Frontman Award. He needs a lot of laps to catch up with Brian Fallon in that competition. All right, folks, as said, we have David Dolliver currently 19 spots up, and that makes him the early hard charger here in this race, sponsored by R&R Enterprises. And if he can keep that, that'll be, at the end of the race, that'll be an award for him. Drivers coming back out of the pits. It looks like there's some people that are still getting service there. Dolliver coming down pit road. It looks like Capilupo is coming out. McDonald's, Thorndike, Scala is still sitting on pit road. That means he's going to go down a lap. And I have not seen anybody take that lucky dog. Actually, it should be Byron McDonald in that 35 car. That should be your lucky dog. Lucky dog sponsored by SFI. And folks, as usual, we acknowledge Superior Templating for sponsoring our cautions. They give us a little bit of a break here. As you can see, they are already lining them back up again to get back into the race, going into lap number 14. Tommy Ryan opting to stay on the inside there with Avery Wilson to his outside. And we are back at it already. It looks like Tommy is early on the gas. And it looks like we have Wilson and Ryan, and then the 03 of Kenny McCullough there. It looked, I was kind of a little bit confused by the livery there. It looks a little bit like Scott Wise's car, but that is the 03 of Kenny McCullough there in 5th position. He did not take a pit stop, so he's gained up some spots there just by staying out. Tommy Ryan once again pulling away from the field a little bit. Jeff Ryan right behind him. Avery Wilson in 3rd. Randy Yoakum hanging on to 4th there. And Kenny McCullough in 5th, with Andrew Miraz now up there in the 6th position, up high there of Andrew Moore, and Roger Rios there in the number 5 car. Mike Perry has dropped off a little bit. He is now in 9th position. He is ahead of Caden Henry Oaks in the 19 car with Casey Duncan. Oh, we have the number 1 of Wilson going into the pits. What is happening here? No mentioning here at scoring of an issue for him. He is going into the pits. David Dolliver is still there. Thorndike is still there. And Scala is still there. So Avery, he must have had a drive-through penalty for some reason. Tommy Ryan is still in the lead. Jeff Ryan in second place. So Avery Wilson has to start from the back here with that penalty. All right, let's go find Andrew Mraz in the 028 car. He is in 5th position. And I'm looking through the field here for Jason Branch in 15th. There he is. Jordan Berry in the 51 car in 18th position. Scott Wise in 20th position there with Randy Bledsoe in between there. Guy Snyder in 22nd position in an alternate paint scheme there as well. Jason Kratke in 23rd. Guy Snyder also doing good work there. 11 positions up already. Randy Yoakum in the number 8 car has passed Kenny McCullough there for 3rd position, I believe. Kenny McCullough now in 4th. Roger Rios there at the tail end of that leading group in 6th position, going underneath Andrew Mraz, and it looks like he can make that stick. And he is picking up 5th position there. And actually right away going underneath the 03. He had to back out of that one. It looked like he was washing up and almost running into the 03. That allows Andrew Mraz to get back past him. And Andrew Mraz is now going to try the exact same thing here, going underneath the 3. Let me see here. I'm not really sure what's happening to David Dolliver, but he is still on pit road. Tommy Ryan is still in the lead. Jeff Ryan, his brother, is right behind him. Randy Yoakum in 3rd. Some scuffling going on here in mid-pack. Brian Rainfield has picked up a position from, actually it's Branshaw passing Brian Rainfield. Guy Snyder working his way forward. He has passed Randy Perdue. Mike Perry closely being followed there by Kevin Nicoletta in that 41 car, and then the 16 of Branshaw on the higher side. It looks like Kevin Nicoletta is going to try and stay on the bottom there. Ooh, there is Rios really slow. What happened to Rios? Well, it looks like he's catching back up again, but he's still not quite up to speed, dropping down the order to 17th position. Kenny McCullough is hanging on in front there of Andrew Moore. We have Yoakum that has the 028 of Andrew Mraz coming down the inside here. Jeff Ryan has picked up the lead from Tommy Ryan. Side by side still, going to turn number 1. Jeff Ryan, it looks like he is picking up the lead here. Lap number 23. Tommy Ryan down to 2nd place now. Randy Yoakum in 3rd. Mraz in 4th. Kenny McCullough still in 5th. Andrew Moore and Casey Duncan close behind. Brian Rainfield picks up that spot from Ryan Branshaw once again. And again, you see several drivers going off the banking there onto the apron to save some yards. Ooh, Yoakum in trouble. Yoakum in trouble there. Saves it together with the 03. Let's bring that back for you really quickly here. What happened? It's actually Yoakum that bounces up to the wall, comes back, and almost takes the 03 out there. They both keep it going in the right direction. Good job saving that. Ooh, it did look like they touched some more there. Let's see if we can bring that back. That was... Where is he? The number 8. Randy Yoakum. He had some more trouble there. There you see it. This is where he touches the 03. He comes back up. They're a little off the pace here. Then it looks like everybody behind him gets a little bit surprised by what's happening in front of him. And they almost crash. And everybody keeps it going in the right direction here, folks. Great job saving that. And I once again have a little bit of an issue here finding everybody. Where are we at? Did I lose all of you? There we are. Tommy Ryan has picked the lead back up there from Jeff Ryan. Mraz is in third. He is keeping up with the brothers there. Andrew Moore in fourth, a little bit lonely. Caden Henry Oakes now battling, he's in fifth, and then Mike Perry and Casey Duncan battling it out there for sixth and seventh position. Duncan closing in on the number 2 car. He's bringing it alongside on the backstretch, going into turn number 3. Can he make it stick? They are still side by side there. And it looks like Mike has got a good little bit more momentum off the higher side of the turn there. He's pinching the 17 down a little bit on that main straightaway, almost forcing him to go onto the apron. Mraz is picking up steam here as well. He is now passing the number 3 of Jeff Ryan, taking it into second position, going after Tommy. Kenny McCullough has dropped back to 15th position. Closing in on Jason Branch. Jeremy Rittenberg. Looks like he is coming outside there of Kevin Nicoletta, and he picks up 11th position. Branch is looking for an opening, and he can't find one. He is behind the 27 of Guy Schneider. Tommy Ryan, what has happened to him? He is down pit road. And that tells me that they're not going to make it on fuel to lap number 35. Tommy is opting to take that fuel right now, hoping that everybody else will have to do the same. Obviously, he wants that stage win. He always goes after those stage wins. So it'll be interesting to see if the others are going to have to pit before lap number 35 as well. Andrew Mraz has now picked up the lead because of that. Jeff Ryan in second, Andrew Moore in third. Kenny McCullough coming down pit road as well. That tells me that fuel is tight. Fuel is tight. Oh, come on. Mraz still in the lead. Branshaw has also come down pit road there. And now the question obviously is going to be, can Mraz make it to that end of the 35th lap or to pick up the stage win, or are they all going to have to come in and get some fuel before that stage is done? Obviously they're all keeping their fingers crossed for a yellow at this point, because that would help anybody that hasn't pitted yet, and it doesn't look like they are going to get it. Well, if they would have to pit, they would better do it now. Doesn't look like it. Going into lap 34, 2 more laps for that stage win. Looks like Jim Thorndike is about to get a lap down. Mraz right behind him there. Jeff Ryan, and it looks like Thorndike is moving over, giving the 028 the high side. And they're still not coming in, so maybe the fuel wasn't as tight as we were thinking. Andrew Mraz is going to try to make this. At the end of this lap, he will be the stage 1 winner. he comes, folks. Andrew Moraz picks up stage win number 1 at the end of lap 35. Jeff Ryan in second, Caden Henry Oakes in third, Andrew Moore in fourth, and Mike Perry in fifth. So the pit stop has Wilson and let me see, where did Tommy Ryan go? Tommy Ryan is currently in 26th position, and he is in fact a lap down. Well, that means we're going to be expecting pit stops fairly shortly here. The second stage, folks, will end on lap number 70. Andrew Moore closing in on Caden Henry Oakes there. And it looks like they're passing Thorndike. Tommy Ryan is working his way past these guys on the new tires. That looks like a big difference in speed there. There's Tommy trying to get his lap back before those guys go on pit road. He is definitely a heck of a lot quicker than the guys on older tires. I'm a little surprised that Tommy Ryan gave up that stage win. He's usually pretty sharp about working his way to those stage wins, and I'm pretty sure he's going to try again on lap number 70. He is back on the lead lap, that is for sure. He has passed Andrew Moraz. Roger Rios going down pit road. And that tells me that we're going to be expecting a lot more down there. Berkowitz on pit road as well. Andrew Moraz, is he still staying out there? I believe so. Yep, still staying out there. Jeff Ryan. Well, it's not unthinkable that Tommy Ryan had a different problem than just his fuel. The number 16 of Brian Rainville is coming down pit road. Anthony Handley following him in. And then we have Byron McDonald coming down pit road as well. And let me see, Berkowitz is going out. Jason Kratke is coming with the 23 there. And there you have it. Andrew Moraz, Jeff Ryan, Caden Henry Oakes, Andrew Moore, Mike Perry, Jordan Berry. All the leaders are coming down pit road except for Casey Duncan. He stopped on lap 11, so he's got a few. Oh, that's the difference maybe. Tommy Ryan did not stop on lap 11 maybe. I can't remember. Can I see that still? I believe so. Where is Tommy Ryan? Yes, Tommy Ryan didn't stop on lap 11. His first pit stop was on lap 29, so that's the difference. He was kind of hoping for another yellow. Casey Duncan now coming into pit road. Scott Wise, Randy Bledsoe, Ryan Nicoletta. That makes Kevin Nicoletta the current leader. Also last pitted on lap 11, so he will have to stop shortly there. Tommy Ryan and Jeff Ryan is also going down pit road there in the number 3 car. I hope he's not running out of fuel there. No, it doesn't look like it. Tommy Ryan, that means that Tommy Ryan picks up the lead here. So the only reason Tommy Ryan didn't make it to that stage win was because he opted not to pit on their yellow. He couldn't make it, and he had to pit under green. He's back in the lead right now. Actually, he's not. Kevin Nicoletta is your leader, but Kevin is coming down pit road, and that means that right now Tommy Ryan picks up the lead. We have Jeff Ryan still on pit road, and who else have we got there? Jason Nicholas coming back out. Branshaw is still sitting there, and so is Chris Scala. So Tommy Ryan back in the lead here on lap number 43. Moraz back out on track in second position. He is 13 seconds behind Andrew Moraz, so that pit stop may have cost Tommy the stage win, but it's definitely given him some advantage on those new tires. 12 seconds ahead of Andrew right now. Caden Henry Oakes in third place in the 19 car with the 60 of Brian Rainville chasing after him there. Andrew Moore in the 77 is in fifth. And then Jordan Berry in the 51 is in sixth. Let's stay here with Tommy Ryan for a little bit. And it looks like Andrew Morass is eating away from that deficit he has there. He's already brought it below 11 seconds. He's gaining, but not terribly fast, but he is gaining. Gurwitz is pretty close behind Casey Duncan there in 7th or 8th position. Rittenberg closing in on Roger Rios. Can he bring it alongside? It looks like he can. He's going to try to go into turn 3 on the bottom there. It looks like Jeremy picks up 11th position. Randy Bledsoe in the 81 car, close behind, let me see, that is the 28 of Ron Schutte that is in there. Jeff Ryan is a back marker at this point. He is not there for position. The 28 of Ron Schutte is the driver that that Randy Bledsoe is after, and he is on his outside right now. Can he make it stick? Doesn't look like it. Mike Perry closing in on, was that Duncan? No, sorry, that was Gurwitz. And they are passing Guy Schneider. So Gurwitz on that on the high side there is right next to Guy Schneider. That is for 9th and 10th position. Ron Schutte, let me see, that is Scott Wise behind him and Ryan Nicoletta. This is a little group with Randy Bledsoe in that blue car up front, Ron Schutte, and then the green car of Nicoletta and Scott Wise on the high side there. Looks like Casey Duncan is closing in on Jordan Berry. 6th and 7th here. And it looks like Casey is getting underneath that 51. And he makes that look fairly easy, actually. On the backstretch, they are still side by side. Jordan coming back on the higher side. 17 on the bottom there. And it looks like they are hanging side by side here, with Casey inching ahead there little by little. Okay, so Andrew Morass has eaten quite a bit of that advantage away from Tommy Ryan. He is already down to 4.2 seconds. It was 10 right after the pit stop, so Andrew Morass is quicker by about a second per lap at this point. Tommy Ryan still leading, though. Ron Schutte is, should be, no, I'm sorry. I've got the wrong guy here. Jason Branch is closing in on Randy Perdue in the 29 car. Ryan Nicoletta in that 59, close behind Schutte, and then Bledsoe is still with him. Scott Wise seems to be dropping off a little bit there. He is passing the number 8 of Randy Yoakum. Randy currently in 25th position. Perry going after, Schneider going after Perry, and they're passing Avery Wilson. Tommy Ryan back into the pits. Obviously, he is off sequence, and he has to come down pit road at this point. Maybe a little bit early, hoping to be able to make up for that deficit on a new set of tires, maybe. The field is definitely stretching out. Moraz picks the lead back up, obviously, and he is 3.5 seconds ahead of Caden Henry Oaks. Tommy is, in fact, taking 4 tires. There he goes, comes back out. Looks like he is in 22nd position. And he did go down a lap again. Andrew Moraz going after the 41 of Kevin Nicoletta. That is the final car on the lead lap. And once again, folks, we want to acknowledge the support of Misfit Media for the Blown Piston Racing League Truck Series on Friday night. We sure appreciate their support here, and the same for Wise Choice Contracting, your window and door go-to people in the St. Louis area. And if you need a paint job for your car, you can always contact Wise Guy iRacing Graphics. If you can't beat him, you can be prettier, that's for sure. Andrew Moraz still in the lead. Let's see if we can find some close battles here. Casey Duncan right behind Brian Rainville in that number 60 car. They have Tommy Ryan in front of him. That means that Tommy Ryan's not that far behind the leader, Andrew Moraz, to pick his lap back up. Gerwitz going after Guy Schneider. Looks like we have some scuffling here between Purdue and... No, wrong car. Sorry. Ryan Nicoletta and Ron Schutte, Randy Bledsoe still together here. Byron McDonald closing in on Lewis Berkowitz for the 20th position there. Avery Wilson back on pit road. Dominic Capilupo on pit road. Andrew Moraz, lap number 59, still in the lead. Brian Rainville and Casey Duncan still going at it there for 4th and 5th position. Looks like Brian Rainville's got a little bit of breathing room right now. Jordan Berry not too far behind. Mike Perry not too far behind. Then it's Gerwitz in that white car, the number 09. And then Guy Schneider in the 27 in 9th. And Jeremy Rittenberg rounds out your top 10. Scott Wise. Oops, there is Scott Wise. Oh boy. There you're back. Hey, I don't know what's going on lately, but we're having a little bit of issues here with iRacing. Kenny McCullough is on pit road. There we see Tommy Ryan picking back up his, he's back on the lead lap as we speak. He passed Andrew Moraz like he was standing still. Now, as far as I can think of, these guys should easily be able to make it to the end of lap number 70 because they pitted on lap 40, and that was after they completely ran. Well, wait a minute, they pitted on lap 11. So, might get close. It might get close. Tommy Ryan is picking up position after position. He is in 16th position at this point. He just passed Anthony Handley. Byron McDonald is on pit road. Oh, looks like he overshot his pit stall there and had to back it up a little bit. Mraz is still your leader. Mike Perry close behind the 51 of Jordan Berry, and he has Aaron Gurwitz in his mirror, looking bigger and bigger and bigger. There you have him, the battle for 5th position. Berry, Perry, and Gurwitz. Andrew Moore currently in 3rd position. He's got Casey Duncan behind him there. There's a back marker in between there. That looks like Berkowitz. Yes, indeed. Roger Rios in the pits in the number 5 car. Time for tires and fuel for him. Branshaw and Chris Scala have not moved for quite some time there. Andrew Mraz still working at it there in traffic right now. That is David Dolliver in the 23 car right ahead of him. He passes him, and then we have Anthony Handley there, currently the final driver on the lead lap. Looks like Mraz is backing out of that. Those tires may be starting to wear off quite a bit. He's got some good 26, 27 laps on those tires. Berkowitz takes it to pit road as well. Mike Perry closing in on Jordan Berry there, and it looks like Gurwitz is dropping off a little bit. Handley on pit road. Andrew Moore on pit road in that 77 car. And then Jeremy Rittenberg following him in. Mike Perry still going at it with Jordan Berry in front of him. Jason Branch worked his way up to 8th position. Guy Snyder has gained a total of 26 positions. That currently makes him the hardest charger. Looks like Andrew Mraz is coming down pit road, followed by Caden Henry Oakes. Jordan Berry, Mike Perry, Guy Snyder, those three were battling for position there. They're all on pit road. Casey Duncan, pitted last on lap number 41, still out there. Jason Branch in 2nd place, pitted last on lap 40. So the same is true for Purdue and Schutte right behind him there. Tommy Ryan in 6th position now, pitted last on lap 52. So he's looking pretty good for that 2nd stage win. Jason Branch coming down pit road, and Randy Perdue follows him in. Casey Duncan still out there with Ron Schutte in the 28 car. That is the black car up top, the black and green car. 2nd position currently. Ryan Nicoletta in that green car is 3rd. And not anymore, because Tommy Ryan has picked up that 3rd position. Casey Duncan coming down pit road. Ron Schutte coming down pit road. That means that Tommy Ryan is going to be back in the lead going into lap number 69 here. 2 more laps and he will put going into lap 70, I should say. So 1 more lap for him to pick up that stage win. Tommy Ryan always up there for those stage wins. He plans it out pretty good, I will say. This time in the first stage, he I guess he can say he missed an opportunity there going into the pits on lap number 11. He had to do it a little bit later. He was off sequence in the second stint, in the second stage here. He picks up the stage win on lap number 70. Tommy Ryan followed by Scott Wise. No, Scott Wise has to bring it in. That means that Andrew Mraz is going to pick up the second position for the second stage and Brian Rainville in third. Scott Wise was trying to make it on fuel and he just ran out. Tommy Ryan back at it again in the lead. And once again, just like after the previous pit stop, it is about 11 seconds, almost 12 seconds deficit for Andrew Mraz there in second position. Scott Wise coming back out of the pits. We see the number 3 down on pit road there. That is Jeff Ryan getting tires. Kevin Nicoletta coming in. There he is, the 41. Jeff Ryan back out. Jason Kratke in the pits, the 54. Tommy Ryan leading the pack here, lap number 73. And that means we are just a bit past halfway. We got the 2 stages done. Mraz took the first one, Ryan took the second one. Kevin Nicoletta coming back out of the pits here. Looks like we have 12 drivers still on the lead lap, the final of which is Jeremy Rittenberg. Perry and Moore fairly close together. Ooh, Scott Wise back on pit road right the next lap. What is going on with Scott Wise? Doesn't look like he has any damage. So maybe it didn't take fuel, or I don't know. Well, he's getting some more tires. Tommy Ryan going after the 13 of Jim Thorndike. Jim has a little bit of damage on the back end. And Jim is currently running in the 30th. Ooh. Looked like they had a bit of a touch there. Jim running in position number 30. Let's bring that back real quick. Well, maybe it was just deceiving. I'm getting old. Tommy Ryan in the lead. Caden Henry Oaks fairly close behind Mike Perry there in the 5th position. Perry in 4th. Half a second between them. And climbing. It looks like Mike Perry is a little bit quicker than Caden Henry Oaks at this point. Andrew Moore being passed by Casey Duncan. Let's see if we can bring that back real quick. Oh boy, it looks like that 77 is pretty much standing still when the Casey comes around him. That is the difference in tires. Well, it should be because they pitted pretty much at the same time. And Tommy Ryan is about 10 laps off sequence with most of the field as far as pit stop is concerned. He pitted last on 52. Andrew Mraz pitted last on 67. And there we have the number 11 car. That is Dominic Capalupo. He is currently running in the 25th position. Let's check on Scott. Scott Wise is running again. He is in 26th now. He is 4 laps down. It is not his night. Tommy Ryan leading by 2.3 seconds. Andrew Mraz closing in. Some traffic between these guys. Caden Henry Oaks closing there on Casey Duncan, it looks like. Or is it the other way around? Yeah, I think so. Scott Wise, that is not for a position there. Scott is 4 laps down. Tommy Ryan on pit road, lap number 18. 80, I'm sorry. Taking tires. That should be his 3rd set. And he's back out again. Andrew Mraz has picked up the lead. Let's see where Tommy cycles back in. He is 14th, a lap down from the leader. Caden Henry Oaks brings it on pit road in the number 19 car. And that means, folks, that Andrew Mraz is picking up some good points for that DXP Frontman Award. He's got some catching up to do to Brian Fallon and Tommy Ryan in that competition, but he's working on it. Oaks still on pit road, getting tires. That's your leader, Andrew Mraz. Looks like Andrew Moore is headed to his pit. Casey Duncan and Guy Schneider. Looks like Casey has passed Guy Schneider. Guy Schneider trying to get back at him. And underneath we have Scott Wise. He is 4 laps down. Ooh, getting pretty close together there. Looks like Casey has got the position at this point. Staying up high, giving Scott Wise the room to pass. Again, that is not for position. We have Avery Wilson coming down pit road. Oh! And he messes up slowing it down before the cones there. Hope he didn't get a speeding penalty on top of this. It's bad enough as it is. Casey Duncan pulling away from Guy Schneider there a little bit in 4th position. And he's not too far behind Mike Perry, and Scott Wise is still in between there. Scott Wise running pretty good at this point, picking up car after car. Byron McDonald on pit road 23. And Avery Wilson coming back out. Doesn't seem to be going his way tonight either. Andrew Mraz still leading. Casey Duncan. I do believe he's catching up to Mike Perry. Maybe not all that super fast, but he's catching up. Schneider falling off a little bit. And then it's 10 seconds down to Roger Rios. Berkowitz on pit road. Let's take a look at the pit strategy here so far. It looks like Mraz has done a maximum of 29 laps on a fuel tank. So he has another 10 laps or so to go, and Rainville is getting pretty close to that 29 mark. Tommy Ryan is actually behind Andrew Mraz at this point. That is not for position, folks. Tommy Ryan still has to unlap himself. And there you have it, Brian Rainville coming down pit road in the number 60 car. Tommy Ryan unlaps himself here. The 028 lets him by. Tommy Ryan is back on the lead lap. Kenny McCullough on pit road in the 03. Jeremy Rittenberg pulling in. And Brian Rainfield leaving again. Let's go check back on Tommy Ryan. Passing the 202 car. And that is Chris Scala. He is back out on track again. He is 69 laps down from the leaders. He's trying to catch up to Ryan Branshaw, and I don't know if Ryan Branshaw is running or not. Yes, he is. He is 60 laps behind, so they had extensive damage. They had it all fixed, and they're trying to at least score some points here. Andrew Morass to pit road, lap number 90. Will that be his final stop? No, it probably won't. As said, he has done 29 laps on a fuel stint, so yeah, he's not going to make it. Nobody is going to make it on... Oops, wrong button. Nobody is going to make it on fuel at this point. Roger Rios in the pits. Once again, Aaron Gerwitz. We have Casey Duncan currently leading the race in the 17 car. Mike Perry in second. Mike is being passed by the 23. That was not for a position, by the way. Guy Snyder in third in the 27 car. Tommy Ryan already back up to fourth position. And it looks like Guy Snyder is currently our hardest charger with 30 spots up from the start, and that means he would be eligible for that R&R Enterprises Hard Charger Award. Ryan Nicoletta, and he is being passed by Andrew Morass and losing ground there. Let's see who else we've got. The field is pretty stretched out at this point. Casey Duncan, he's got Mike Perry right behind him right now. That is for the lead in the race. Lap number 94, and the two comes, or tries to come underneath there on the backstretch. Tries to get back into the draft. Did Casey just had a little moment there that allowed Mike to come back up? Because he's losing a little bit of ground now. And that's because he's going down to pit road. Guy Snyder follows him in there out of third position. That means Tommy Ryan's going to pick up second position here. Handley coming down pit road as well. Snyder back out. Oops, that was not Snyder. There's Snyder. And Mike Perry beats him out. Duncan still in the lead. He's going to be pitting fairly shortly, I believe. He last pitted on lap 69. And he's staying out there for now. Tommy Ryan is in second already with 11 seconds behind Casey Duncan. Andrew Morass, 10 seconds behind Tommy Ryan. Mike Perry and Guy Snyder They are running 8th and 9th. There's Ryan Nicoletta coming down pit road, giving up 4th position at this point. There is Casey Duncan coming in, giving up the lead to Tommy Ryan. Here comes Tommy. Randy Yoakum on pit road. Nicoletta leaving. Duncan taking 4 tires. And ready to go back out. Now that puts Duncan almost a lap down. There goes Tommy Ryan right above him, so Duncan goes a lap down. Jason Branch, overshot his pit stall there. Had to back it up. That's always a costly thing. Let's see, we have Mike Perry. He is about 7/10 of a second behind Andrew Moore there. Ron Schutte in trouble in the 28 car. Let's go and find out what happened here.
Flag is out.
Ooh, going into pit road it looks like. He just overshoots the entry there and goes around on the grass. And then he puts it on the track. Actually, is that leaving pit road? I can't really tell. Let's bring that back here. Yes, that is leaving pit road. I apologize. Leaving pit road. He just gets a little bit too easy or too hard on the gas there on the apron. Turns it around. And then he backs it up onto the racing line, forcing a yellow. There was really no need for that. Lap 101, Guy Snyder coming down pit road. I'm guessing some people, well, they might be able to make it. Pitting now, if we don't have any green-white checkers, that could work. It is a little early. Tommy Ryan does the same thing. He brings it onto pit road. Miraz does the same thing. Caden Henry Oaks, same thing. Moore, Perry. They are bringing it in to see if they can get it all fueled up and hopefully make it to the end there. Like I said, it might be a little bit early, but they should be able to make it. Tommy Ryan back out. I don't believe he took tires. Let's see if we can see his pit stop real quickly here. Yeah, it looked to me like he just topped it off because he didn't pit that long ago. Yep, it looks to me like he just topped it off there. Let's see if we have Casey Duncan still in between these guys in the number 2 position. Casey did not pit at this point. He pitted last on lap 97. He might make it, but it's a stretch. It's a stretch. Let's bring up that pit strategy once again and see. We don't have anybody. Well, we have Duncan that has run 30 laps before. Now he's bringing it onto pit road. That gives you the answer right there. He brings it on pit road and gets himself some fuel. Same for Snyder, brings it back on pit road. Oops. Wilson, Nicoletta, Gerwitz. I'm kind of guessing everybody is ready to top that fuel tank off and see if they can make it to the end. And obviously it's not going to be, it's going to be 28 laps, and we're not under green yet, so they should be able to get that done. There goes Kevin back out into 41. Berkowitz back out into 37. Schneider. Well, it seems like a fairly lengthy pit stop to me. There he goes. He is still in 7th position. All right. Not sure if we had a... lucky dog. Tommy Ryan is back on pit road, topping it off once again. He wasn't sure. He was not sure, and Andrew Mraz did not do that, so that might get us pretty close there. All right, folks, we're getting ready to go back to racing. Once again, Superior Templating, our caution flag sponsor. I probably missed the lucky dog. I apologize for that. Whoever it was, he is sponsored by SFI. Lights on the pace car are out. We're getting ready to go back to racing. 27 laps to go. Tommy Ryan topped off and in 5th position. Obviously, he's got the whole field of back markers in between there. There he is, somewhere in the back. He's got his work cut out for him, but there's no reason for him not to be able to do that. Andrew Mraz is leading. Mike Perry in 2nd place. Dropped off a little bit there on the start. Caden Henry Oaks in 3rd and Andrew Moore in 4th. Then it's Tommy Ryan in 5th position, but there's a bunch of traffic in between him and the leaders. Andrew Moore picks up that 3rd position, and he's going after Mike Perry now in the number 2 car. Looks like Andrew had a really good start there. Ron Schutte coming back down pit road. That may be a drive-through penalty. Let's check on that real quick. Nope, it's actually a pit stop. All right, Mraz is about 6/10 of a second clear of Moore. Moore has passed Perry. Maybe we can bring that back for you. There it is. We barely missed it. Andrew Moore, 2nd position. Let's ride along with Mike Perry here for a little bit. Looking very steady here. Just a tad off the throttle to make it into the turn. Get a little bit of grip on that front end. Almost full throttle. Ooh, we have a yellow. Let's go find out what has happened. It looks like it is Kevin Nicoletta that gets in trouble there. Ooh, that looks like Ryan Branshaw there was involved as well. Avery Wilson. Let's bring it back a little bit further. It is actually Kevin Nicoletta that is on the apron. And once again, coming off the apron towards the track is bringing him in trouble. It's actually Branshaw that comes down there. A little bit shared responsibility, to say the least. Let's see if we can see it from Branshaw's point of view. He is definitely damaged. Well, it's hard to tell, folks. Branshaw has that middle line, and he arcs into the turn, and Nicoletta is late coming onto the track. If we see that from the blimp, it's probably going to show a little bit better. It's actually the moment that Branshaw is moving into arc into the turn. The 41 of Nicoletta is still working on trying to get off that apron and kind of shoots up there. So it's a bit of a shared responsibility there, and I guess you can say that that using that apron sometimes gets these guys into trouble, no matter how careful they are. That looks like our lucky dog right there. Hope I can still catch him somehow. There he is. That is Jeremy Rittenberg in the 26. He is your SFI lucky dog. Lap number 110. Jeremy in 10th position and back on the lead lap. All right, folks. Caution period. S Superior Templating LLC caution flag. We are looking at Andrew Mraz as our leader. The yellow is obviously going to help their fuel situation. Tommy Ryan is currently in 4th position, and look at how close he already is towards the leaders there. That is Mraz, and ooh, Tommy Ryan's going back into the pits. Was he still not sure about fuel, or is he getting that final set of tires maybe? And he knows he's in the tail end of the field, so he doesn't lose that all that much, I don't think. All right, let's take another look at Guy Schneider, the number 27 car. He is being shown in 4th position. And he is currently 29 spots up, so he is currently our R&R Enterprises hard charger. And it looks to me like they're going to bring the leaders, the lead lap cars, up to the front. That's good news for Ryan Nicoletta when he gets back out. I'm sorry, and also for, where did he go? Tommy Ryan. That's what I'm talking about. See, he's got a full tank of fuel. I'm not sure if he took tires, but he is being guided. Well, maybe not. Is he guided forward? No, he's not. He's in 8th position. He's got a bunch of traffic between him and the leaders now, but he still has quite a bit of time. Wilson going down pit road. Tommy still has plenty of time to catch up there. And it actually does look like they guide him forward as a lead lap driver. Yep. He gets to take his position up front, so that is going to open up some possibilities there for the number 6 car and for the number 59 car. They are now on the 4th row as we are getting ready to go back to racing. Wilson still on pit road there, just about to leave. So Tommy Ryan has got fresh tires and a full tank of fuel, and he is pretty close behind the leaders here. There we go. Andrew Morass on the gas.
Green flag.
He's pulling away here. Mike Perry on the inside taking 2nd position with Andrew Moore on the high side. Ooh, that was pretty close there between Caden Henry Oaks and the number 2. Caden takes the 3rd spot away from Andrew Moore. Tommy Ryan behind that Dunkin' Donuts car there. There you have him. 8th position. Miraz in the lead. Mike Perry. Looks like Mike is blinking a little bit. Yep, going in and out there. That's a little bit of a connection issue. We've all have our share of that one. He is still in second position. It is a little tough for Caden Henry if he's blinking on his screen as well, because Caden will have a hard time placing that car. Mike Perry on the outside now, falling off to third position. Caden takes second. Lap number 114. Tommy Ryan has actually dropped off a little bit. Ryan Nicoletta on his inside. Does he have some damage? Can't tell. Doesn't look like it. Scott Wise there running strong in the 31 car. He's trying to make up for lost time. He's gained back one of his laps down. He's 3 laps down from the leaders now. Running in 18th position. Andrew Mraz is getting more pressure from Caden Henry Oaks. It's getting pretty close up there. And it looks like Caden Henry Oaks is coming down to the inside of Andrew Mraz. Can he make it stick? Side by side. Perry's still blinking in and out. Looks like Caden had it on the line. Mraz is not giving up though. Now Caden pulls ahead. Can he get that car in front of the 028? No, not yet. Off the high line. It looks like Andrew still has good momentum. Ooh. Not sure if they, it almost looked like they touched. Can't really tell. Roger Rios coming up in third place, passing Andrew Moore. That's Roger right there in the gray and red car. Caden Henry Oaks still noses ahead of Andrew Mraz. They're still side by side on the backstretch. Mraz picks back up some speed on that high line. Caden still trying hard on the inside here. Side by side, both going off the banking there. Andrew not quite as deep as the number 19, but still side by side. Roger closing in there in third position. And Andrew Moore also closing in. They're all closing in. There you have it. Top 3 drivers right together here. Caden Henry Oaks pushes that nose ahead of the 028. The 5 is picking up the draft. Can they make it 3 wide? The 5 isn't close enough yet. Andrew, once again on that higher side, seems to have good momentum coming off turn 2. And now it looks like Caden has put that car in front of him. That'll force him to go below. Lap number 120. 11 laps to go, folks. Where is Tommy Ryan? Tommy dropped to 10th position. Something's not correct with him. He can't keep up with the cars ahead of him. Caden Henry Oaks still in the lead. Andrew Mraz still in second, and Roger Rios in third. Oh, Casey Duncan has passed Andrew Moore for the 4th position. And it looks like he's actually pulling away a little bit from that 77 car. Mike Perry closing in on that 77 as well. Your top 3 drivers here. They are pretty close together here, folks. On the backstretch, it's Mraz trying again. No, can't do it. Can he dive to the inside on a turn here? It looks like the 19's giving him all the room he needs. The higher side works pretty good for these guys as well. Lap number 123. 8 laps to go. What does Andrew have left? What does Roger have left? He is staying with him. 0.2 of a second. Andrew Moore closing in on Casey Duncan once again. And that is Mike Perry and Guy Schneider all close together here for the 4th, 5th, and 6th positions. Ooh. Schneider coming to the outside of Perry. It looked like Perry had a bit of a scuffle with the wall there. Casey Duncan hanging on to 4th. Andrew Mraz still in the draft of Caden Henry Oaks. 0.2 of a second between him. It looks like Roger Rios is closing in on Andrew Mraz as well. Let's ride along with Roger here for just a little bit. There you see him pulling towards him in the draft. Little bit off the gas, staying on that higher line. All three of them going down on the apron. Andrew Moore is closing back in on Casey Duncan. The 03 is not in this mix here. Guy Schneider is the 27. Ooh, scrapes the wall there. Mike Perry, what happened to him? He dropped off a little bit. Ryan Nicoletta is in 8th position. Mike has some connection issues. He drops in and out of this race. Casey Duncan and Andrew Moore going at it. The 27 is Guy Schneider. He is in that mix. The 03 is not. And you saw on that high side the number 13 coming along with these guys. That is Jim Thorndike. He's not in there for position either. Guy Schneider dropping off a little bit. The 09 also not in there for position. The 09 is Aaron Gerwitz. He is in 11th position. He's a lap down. Let's go check on Caden and Andrew and Roger. They are up front and they're still going at it for the lead here. Lap number 129. On the backstretch. Next time around, they're going to get the white flag for the race here in Kansas City. Does Andrew have anything left here for Caden Henry Oaks? The white flag comes out. There you have it. Caden Henry Oaks, can he make it? Does Andrew have something up his sleeve here? Does Roger have anything for Andrew? Ooh, Mraz scrapes the wall. Roger comes alongside him and picks up 2nd position. That looks like Roger Andrew's tires were just shot there at the end. We'll have to ask him about it. Caden Henry Oaks scores a win here in Kansas City, Kansas, in the Blown Piston Racing League Truck Series, brought to you by Misfit Media. Well done. Roger Rios brings it in 2nd place. Andrew Mraz brings it home in 3rd position. Andrew Moore brings it home in 4th position, getting the better of Casey Duncan there at the end. Then it's Guy Schneider in 6th, Mike Perry in 7th, Ryan Nicoletta in 8th. Tommy Ryan brings it home in 9th position, and Jeremy Rittenberg rounds out your top 10, and those are the final cars on the lead lap there. Let's see Caden burn some rubber here. Well, that is a pretty good donut, if I say so. He must have been practicing that. All right, push it into the wall and burn it up. There you go. All right. Ooh, it looks like we are losing our connection once again here, folks. There is your final standings. Caden Henry Oaks, your winner. Roger Matthias and Andrew Mraz. Let's find. So he blows up the engine. All right. Let's see here. Andrew Mraz. Andrew, this is Mark in the booth. Can you hear me, bud?
Yes, sir. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. How about yourself? Third place.
Uh,
It looked like
yeah,
you lost it right there on that final stretch. I believe it was coming off turn two that you scrubbed the wall just a little bit and had to let Roger go.
yeah. I didn't want to wreck him, or I'm happy with P3 finish. Pretty much stayed up in the wall until he got around, then came back down. But yeah, it was a fun track. That it's a single groove track, and once you get the hang of riding the wall, there's always that risk of scrubbing it just a little bit, like I did.
Absolutely. You're calling this a one groove track. It looks to me like there was plenty of side by side racing going on there. You had a few laps there together with Caden running for the lead. So it looked to me like you came off that. It kind of classic, obviously. Coming off the turn high gives you a little bit more momentum going on to the backstretch. And then going into the turn, that lower line seemed to work for Caden pretty good.
Yeah, I don't know if he was saving more tire than I was, but he definitely did a good job passing on the low side. The low side is definitely a shorter circumference around the track, but the high side, keep your momentum up, you keep your RPMs up and speed. You don't have to turn the wheel as much and tire scrub the speed off. But yeah, I was trying to pinch him down and keep him down there so that way I can shoot by him, but he just got the better of me.
Yeah, it looked like it was quite equal there for several laps, and ultimately he really got it done and put it in front of you. That was kind of the moment where it kind of it wouldn't work anymore, right?
Yeah, but towards the end there, with like 3 laps to go, the truck started coming to me. I was catching them, and even if he gave me dirty air and pushed my truck up closer towards that wall, I was still gaining on him. If we had maybe another 5 laps, I probably would have tried something, but um, yeah, overall it's been a good race.
Absolutely, it was a very good race. It looked to me like you were at it pretty much from the get-go there. I'm not really sure if you didn't have any trouble in the beginning. I don't think you won that first stage because of your pit stop early on lap 11. One pit stop that Tommy Ryan didn't make. Were you surprised by that?
I was actually, but I mean, to be honest, we only had 3 extra sets of tires. I knew that that was going to be an issue from the get-go. So tire management was key. Definitely trying to not take tires when we took that first pit stop, and we had to take no tires towards the end or earlier or later on, like second to last pit stop, didn't take tires. So that way, for the last pit stop, I had tires left over. I really did not want to see that caution fly out with like 20, 25 laps to go or whatever.
Yeah, but I mean, it was more of the fuel situation in early on there for that first stage, I believe, because you know you can do about 29 to 30 laps on a fuel tank, and if you have a yellow on lap 11, I would guess anybody would really just go in for fuel and make sure they can make it to lap 35, and I was honestly a little bit surprised that he didn't.
Yeah, so was I. I mean, everyone plays different games, I guess. I mean, they either were hoping that their caution would come out later, so that way they could take tires later and fuel and win that stage. But sadly, it went green all the way till like 25 laps remaining.
Yeah, sometimes drivers bank on yellows creating yellows, and then they don't.
Exactly.
It looked like though he was off sequence after that, and it still worked out for him on that second stage. Obviously, on lap 70, he was ahead. I believe you were third there or second. I'm not really sure.
Yeah, I think I got second when I crossed the line. I know Scott ran out of fuel and someone else was in pit road, but they haven't crossed the line yet.
Yeah.
And so by the time I crossed the line, I got second. That happened to be lap 71, which was the end of the stage. So yeah, another top five, top three, four stages there. But yeah, overall it was a good race.
Absolutely. All right, Andrew. Thank you very much, my friend. Congratulations once again. Any love yous and thank yous you want to throw in the world?
Yeah, definitely. I would like to thank Burn Barbecue Company for being the primary sponsor on this amazing paint scheme, and IWraps for painting it for me for this race. You for broadcasting, Scott and Lauren for putting up this amazing league, my team, 4X Racing, Casey Duncan for allowing me to race for them, and all the fans out there.
All right. Thank you very much, Andrew, and we'll see you next time, friend.
All right, thank you.
All right, Roger Rios, second position there. You got a little lucky on that final lap when Andrew scrubbed the wall there just a little bit. It gave you enough to go by there and pick up second position. Did you think you had anything for him if that wouldn't have happened?
It's just so hard to pass here. I mean, we're just a train, all three of us, going around the top for the last, what, 10 or so laps.
Absolutely. It looked to me though that you could actually do both lines, lower and higher, but it seemed to me like the higher line would bring you back coming off the turns on mainly on that backstretch, picking up a little bit more speed coming off turn two, but the inside didn't seem like it didn't work at all.
At the beginning of the run, with new tires, you could run low, high, and make it all work. But towards middle to the end, if you're not doing a slide job because of somebody in front of you had to chuck up a bit and you got a good run, it's really going to be a hard, a hard one to do.
Absolutely. So did you have issues with your tires? Did you use all your sets?
So that last caution, I used my last set. So I made sure to save one to the end.
Very good. It looked like I'm not really sure if you also pitted on lap 11 there on that first caution. One of the people that didn't was that the leader at that point, which was Tommy Ryan. Were you surprised by that?
I usually, with how cautious he is about making it on fuel, I definitely thought he would pit. I ended up, I think, biting him in the end, but it's just one race. He's strong enough to keep
Abs-
going throughout the.
oh, absolutely. I mean, he's still leading the championship, and he hasn't won a race yet. He's just done it on stage wins, pretty much. So that still tells you that he's doing pretty consistent during the races for sure. All right, Roger. Well, congratulations, my friend. Second position, good finish for you. I think I talked to you last time as well at the finish line, meaning two top three finishes in a row here. That's pretty good. I'm sure you're pretty happy with that.
Yeah, it was a tough race. Got caught up in some incidents with the 8 at the beginning of the race, which gave me some damage. Needed the cautions at the end to help me fix it and get through the field. But good race overall.
Absolutely. Well, all right. Thank you, Roger. Any love yous and thank yous you want to throw in the world?
I think the league, the owners, Scott, and everybody here, you, for for streaming the race and all that. So thank you.
Thank you very much, Roger. We'll talk to you next time, bud. All right. Caden Henry Oaks, a winner tonight here in Kansas City. How did this go for you, man? It looked like you had a pretty good battle there with Andrew in that last green stint. It took you a couple of laps to get by him, but you did get it done.
Oh yeah, it was a tough. It's aggravating, but while it was happening, obviously, but like it's fun to do it at the same time, go wheel to wheel like that, and for however long we did it, and it was really fun. I enjoyed racing that race. Kansas is one of my favorite tracks, so I just love running that track.
It looks to me like this track for the trucks is almost flat out, but not quite. I hear you guys lift just a tad going into the turns, but you're on the gas pretty quickly there. Uh, the lower line seems to be working all right, except for the coming off the turn. It looks like every time you came off turn two, it looked like Andrew would come back a little bit on the back stretch, and then going into 3 and 4, you'd get back at that. You get that nose back in front of him again. How's that feel for you on that lower line? Is that not working as well?
It's more or less the momentum with the trucks. It's just momentum racing, if you ask me. I think that even if Andrew had older tires than me, and you saw he was holding right on there with me, it wasn't by much, but uh, he was holding on really good with me, and it's almost impossible to pass on a low line. You have to absolutely haul it into the corner, and you have almost no momentum off. So the guy that's going to be behind you with the higher line, he can go right back under you and get past you before you get to the next turn.
I see. So that basically that explains why you were side by side for I believe what was something like 5 or 6 laps there before you got it done. And maybe the older tires got to him at that point. It's hard to tell from a distance.
Yeah, I don't know if it was necessarily the older tires that got him. It was more or less of we was leaning on each other, and I slid up a little bit more than I wanted to, and I think I might have touched him. I'd have to go back and look at it, but I mean, I sent it when I passed him, and I was like, I'm not lifting this time around. And I don't know how it stuck, but it did. And I went flat foot through 1 and 2 on the bottom on that last time before I passed him. And uh, we was long enough into the run where it's dirty air instead of a draft when I got in front of him, and I was able to actually hold him off running the high line.
I see. All right. Well, Caden, it was fun to watch. That's for sure. It looks like you're moving up through the field race by race, a little by little, working your way back to the front every time. You're getting closer to the wins, and now you got one. Is this your first win this season?
Yeah, yeah. I, f- I feel like there's a couple other races I had a good shot at, but I didn't close the deal out. But I got it done this time, so I'm beyond happy for that.
All right. Well, and you're saying it's one of your favorite tracks, so I'm sure that helps a little bit as well, even if it's just the mindset with which you start the race.
Oh yeah. And say I got mindset every race I go into, I got a chance to win, no matter who's in it, what track we are. You know, if I don't think I have a chance to win, I ain't gonna race.
That's the spirit. That's the spirit. Absolutely, Caden. All right, man. Congratulations on a well-deserved win here. Very strong performance. Any love yous and thank yous you want to throw out into the world?
Yeah, well, shout out to my mom. This was the first time she saw me win a race on iRacing, which was pretty funny. So I shout out to her. Shout out to all the sponsors for sponsoring the series, and Lauren and Scott for putting the series on, and you for broadcasting. Shout out to a friend of mine that I used to race with on Xbox before iRacing. He passed away last week. His name was Michael Pope. His nickname was Wheels. We called him Wheels. That was his nickname. So, we love and miss you, Wheels. So
All
it
right.
was a
Well, I
fun
appreciate.
night.
We appreciate that, Caden, and I'm sorry for your loss, bud. Losing a friend is always tough, man.
Well,
Thank you very much, Caden. We hope to see you back here again next time we're going to Daytona. What's your expectation for Daytona?
survive. Get to the end on top, and then I mean, I already got one win, so just go for another.
There you go. That's the spirit, my friend. All right, Caden, thanks very much, man. We're going to see you next week.
All right, see ya.
All right, folks, there you have it. That was your top three finishers. First win this season for Caden Henry Oaks. A good, strong performance. A tough fight for the lead with Andrew Mraz. Andrew Mraz scrubbed the wall there in the last lap, giving Roger Rios the second place there. Unfortunately, that stuff happens. You got to manage your tires, and sometimes it just doesn't work out perfectly. That's just part of the game here. It's still a good finish for Andrew Mraz. You heard him say it. He was pretty satisfied. Excuse me, pretty satisfied with the third position there. All right, further down the order, you can find your favorite driver there. The final one on the lead lap was Jeremy Rittenberg. It looked like Tommy Ryan had some sort of a problem there at the end, not able to come back to the lead, and having two consecutive pit stops there very shortly during that last caution. So there may have been some damage on that car that hindered him from coming back up. Also, good strong finishes once again for Andrew Moore. Andrew is fourth in the championship, and he scores another top five finish here. He's up there quite a bit, and we don't talk about him very much. He doesn't lead very much, and I haven't seen him in the winner circle for a while yet. But he's always up there pretty strong. So good performance for him as well. Casey Duncan, same thing, moving forward during this season quite nicely. Guy Schneider is one of those guys also that you don't see up top there a whole lot, but he's always up strong in the top 5 or 6 or maybe 10 maybe, but he's always scoring his points there. So good performances for them. Mike Perry back at it again, this time 7th place. Ryan Nicoletta 8th, Tommy Ryan 9th as said, and then Jerry Rittenberg rounds out your top 10. Next week, folks, we are going to Daytona once again. Not the road course. We're going to be doing the oval, and as you can imagine, that is going to be a lot of drafting there. It's going to be top speeds, pedal to the metal all the way, and making sure that you stay out of trouble to reach the end there. As said, this series no longer uses that fast repair, and that means that if you do get in trouble, you need to deal with that the way they do in reality. Obviously, all damage is being calculated by iRacing to give you a certain amount of time to repair it in the pits. And, no more fast repairs means you got to make sure you stay out of trouble. So that's just part of the game. Once again, folks, a great race here at Kansas City. We're going to do it all again on Sunday night with the Xfinity cars, and then next week again on Friday night with the trucks. We acknowledge Misfit Media for sponsoring the series. We appreciate their support. Same for Wise Choice Contracting and Wise Guy iRacing Graphics, sponsors of the graphics that we put on the screen here for you. This will have to do it for Kansas City here tonight, folks. We hope to see you next week in Daytona. Check out the rest of the schedule on Short Shift Broadcasting. We do a lot of similar leagues here on this channel, and we sure appreciate your coming and check on us. So next week, Daytona once again, folks. Until then, stay healthy, take care of one another.